In a sentence, strategy tactics is a set of 54 exercises, activities, processes, things like that to help you make your work more intentional. And it comes from the world of transition design and Wardley mapping.
We created this because we were doing a lot of client work, and we found the things that we were talking about with clients, it took them a while to kind of understand what we're getting at. And we made a stack of those cards, and people really enjoyed that.
We're more interested in the folks who are stepping into a moment of leadership where the situation demands that they become leaders, that they do what must be done, that they face a challenge that's difficult. And so really it's about having a toolkit that enables you to show up and to do your best, especially when there's not enough information and there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of risk. And I think there's a humility that's required to, realize that, oh, I don't have all the skills that I need. Oh, I don't actually know what to do here. Okay, what can I do? So the toolkit is about helping you show up and start cultivating the skill set that makes for good strategy work. In the strategy system, there's a series of questions that help you guide yourself into the right category of card for whatever stage of decision making that you're in. There are cards for purpose. There are cards for figuring out how to connect things together into coherent designs. There are cards for talking about market dynamics or market plays, leadership. Each category has a different focus, and you can figure out which category to go dive into with the questions that are on the strategy system card.
The recipe cards are a collection of tactics that really help you explore different, very common situations that might come up. It kind of takes a mixture of cards from the deck and helps you get started on a little bit deeper work than just pulling cards individually, and really tries to address specific situations that come up for folks fairly often.
One of my favorite recipes is call and response, which is all about taking the steps you need to build the feedback loops in the organization when you're deploying strategy into the organization. Because fun fact, people aren't robots. You can't just tell them what to do and assume that things will work out. You have to build in feedback. You have to build in moments where people say, oh, wait, that's not going to work here. We need to make these adjustments, or we need to deal with these factors.
I love the basics. It's one of my favorite recipes, and it's one that I recommend as a good starting place. We start off with this one looking at the human network. So who are all the people around you? Who are the people in your company, in your organization, who you're working with? What are they doing? What do they need?
You can't go wrong by just exploring some of the purpose cards or maybe some of the lead cards. Both are really important for providing a foundation for either how you see what you're here to do or how you're supposed to show up as a leader for those around you.
We see this again and again and again with people that we talk to, is they see things that they kind of knew already, but couldn't articulate to themselves. The deck really helps people see things that a lot of people don't want to see, and it really puts it in your face in a way that you can't ignore it. And that can be really uncomfortable sometimes. It will put you in a better situation to deal with things that need to be dealt with rather than ignoring them.
The Vault is a companion to the card deck, and it's basically an extension of the cards. All the stuff that couldn't fit on the cards, all the little bits and pieces of tips and advice that we are just dying to share with you in video format, including alternate uses for the cards, including what connections between the cards might be interesting, and just generally like where to go find out more about the source material.
Or all of the folks that are using the decks and are part of the Pip Decks Slack channel. Ben and I are on there very frequently. It's really easy to reach out and get a hold of us, and we really love to interact with people. So send us questions, comments.
One of the things that's really exciting for me personally is how government agencies and academic institutions are picking these up as well. Society is not just about what's going on in the market. It's also about what's going on in education, what's going on in the public sector. So I care just as much about those organizations as well. But it's so exciting to see all the groups that are picking these up and using them.
I think our general approach with this deck is to treat everyone like leaders and give them the tools and the support they need to navigate any challenge, no matter how big or seemingly small that might be. We've got your back.
Pick up a copy of Strategy Tactics. I mean, there's no risk, right? You've got a whole year to decide whether or not it's working for you. Be a part of our community. We'd love to see you.